So the second update for Sonic Frontiers released yesterday, and it's safe to say that there's a lot more here than people were expecting. Looking at the roadmap for Sonic Frontiers, Update 2 seemed like it was going to be the weakest of the three, only featuring Sonic's birthday, new Koco, and an open zone challenge. Two of those three didn't really seem like they would have added any replayability, but everything on there and way more all adds up to be a pretty big update for Sonic Frontiers. So enough waiting around, let's get right into what Sonic Frontiers Update 2 has to offer, and it's a lot. The first, most obvious thing that you can see right when you load into the game are all the birthday decorations around the map, on the HUD, and even on Sonic himself. They went really all out with these decorations. I was expecting maybe a birthday themed Sonic and potentially some birthday decorations around the map, but almost every platform, grind rail, enemy, and interactable object has been updated for Sonic's birthday. Even the Koco are wearing birthday hats now, and if you look up at the clouds, they're also shaped like rings and Sonic heads. The enemies may not be wearing party hats like the Koco, but they do explode into a bunch of colors now. Sonic Team went way further with these decorations than they had to, but I think they're all really cool and unique. And of course, you can turn them off at any time if you don't want them on. There's also new birthday music, as well as just new music in general that was added to the jukebox, and more music customization is always nice. So that's just the first part of what was on the roadmap, and the next thing listed is an open zone challenge. Now I think what this is referring to are the new action chain challenges, but there was also an additional open zone challenge added that I'll get into in a little bit. So I'm not really sure what I was expecting from these, but they're actually pretty cool additions, and there's a lot of them on each island. You can find these challenges on the map. There are these red stopwatch icons, and running up to one in the open zone and side looping it will activate the challenge. Now the way you beat these challenges is by getting an S rank, and to do that, you need to chain actions, as the name implies, to rack up score. The easiest way to do this are to collect these yellow orbs and also battle some enemies around the map before the timer runs out. Once you do S rank every single action chain challenge on each island, you are rewarded with the long-awaited Spindash, which came completely out of left field in this update. I don't really know what I was expecting as a reward for completing all of these challenges, but the Spindash was definitely not it at all, so it was a really great surprise to unlock it. Now the Spindash is something that I'm going to save for a bit later. I want to finish the roadmap first, but it is definitely not the only new thing added that wasn't on the roadmap. Speaking of which, let's get on to the last thing listed on the roadmap, which are the new Koco. Now unlike a lot of people were expecting, this isn't just new designs for existing Koco. These are completely brand new challenges in the open zone, that you can also find on the map by looking for these orange Koco icons. When you get to one, you'll find a mini obstacle course, which are actually really cool and feel like mini Sonic levels to an extent, but finishing one rewards you with a brand new Koco. Collecting these brand new Koco doesn't do anything at first, but turning them into an Elder Koco allows you to upgrade your boost gauge, which is a pretty neat new upgrade. However, isn't too useful when you can just give yourself infinite boost with the side loop. Still, the challenges to get these Koco themselves are super fun additions to the open zone, and do provide a decent enough reward. So if that's everything on the roadmap, then how many more things could they have possibly added? Well, how about 3 new settings that completely change up the physics of the open zone, the brand new Spindash, and New Game Plus. First, let's get into the Spindash and the new settings that change up Sonic's physics. The Spindash, like I mentioned previously, is unlocked by S-ranking all action chain challenges, and once you do unlock it, you're able to use it freely around the open zone. To perform a Spindash on controller, you need to be moving and hold down the left trigger. If you're at a complete stop, holding down left trigger will only curl Sonic into a ball, so to activate it you also need to press the B button on Xbox or circle on PlayStation. Now by default, the Spindash doesn't really add too much in terms of new ways to take on open zone platforming, but that's where the brand new physics changes come in. These completely change the way you play the game in some parts, and are pretty much entirely what fans have been asking for in terms of momentum for Sonic Frontiers. Going into your gameplay settings in the menu and scrolling down, you'll find 2 new sliders, one for jump deceleration and the other for general deceleration. Both of these are set to 100 by default, but I recommend turning both pretty far down and experimenting with how they feel, especially the jump deceleration one. The last setting is a more minor one that allows you to hold your boost in the air after you've jumped, which is a nice change that can allow you to keep your momentum going between jumps. Like I said, these settings are a ton of fun to play with, and while I wish the game had these at launch, I will definitely take their inclusion now because they're great additions. Now the last new thing added with this update that wasn't listed on the roadmap is New Game Plus. In order to access New Game Plus, you need to beat the final boss at least once. Even if you've already done so previously, you need to do it again on this update, and doing so will allow you to start New Game Plus. Now by final boss, I don't mean the end. You can just beat Supreme on normal mode and still unlock New Game Plus. New Game Plus isn't anything super crazy, but what it does allow you to do is keep all of your abilities and stats between playthroughs. So for example, you can use the story abilities on the first island without ever having been to Ares or Chaos Island in your current playthrough. New Game Plus is a nice addition, and I'll probably end up going through the game again just to see how the full game plays with all the physics changes and Spindash. So what's new in Update 2? Well, just to recap, we've got Sonic's birthday and all the decorations that come with it, the brand new action chain challenges that lead to unlocking the Spindash, brand new Koco that also come with their own new challenges in the open zone, and also allow you to upgrade your boost gauge, new physics changes in the forms of 3 new settings that focus on momentum, and finally, New Game Plus. This update included a ton of new content and a bunch of really nice quality of life features that make playing and replaying Sonic Frontiers a great experience. So take on some action chain challenges, spin dash your way through the open zone, and celebrate Sonic's birthday in Sonic Frontiers Update 2. Thanks for watching. Apologies for having this video out late. I was actually recording and editing my Sonic Origins Plus video when this update was announced and dropped during the Sonic Central yesterday, so I was juggling both at once. Drop a like if you enjoy getting these update style videos, and leave a comment if you'd like to see me cover more Sonic related things, and I'll see you next time.